Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Piper's Table. This morning, I think I'm going to slowly start to shift gears a little bit. So far, my videos have pretty much entirely been about just reviewing different tobaccos that I'm trying. And I feel like after sitting for a while with all these wonderful tobaccos and then feeling more compelled to spend more time with a specific blend, like when I moved on to the Orango's Balkan Supreme, I really spent a lot of time with that. This and then the proper English, I was just wowed me, and I spent a lot of time with that. And then Capstan, original Navy Cup, man, that was just one that I just couldn't leave it alone. I kept coming back, and it's one of those blends that the more time you spend with it, the more you enjoy it. It's like so I I've been more interested lately in spending more time and giving each blend that I try more consideration. And I still have several tins of tobaccos that I haven't tried, um, and I'll get to them eventually. I I know that there's quite a bit in the comments back and forth from a couple of folks who really want me to do a review on the White Knight, and I assure you, I will. Um, but in due time, because where I'm at currently is I feel like after sitting with the Chelsea Morning from GLPs for the last week around, I realized that I really am interested in embarking on a quest, and that quest will be for the perfect early morning tobacco. Now, of course, perfect should be taken with a grain of salt because it will be all based on my personal opinions, which um, you may agree or disagree with. As you have found, maybe if you've been following along on my little YouTube pipe journey here, um, really what I'm trying to do is really, really consider the nuances of flavor in these different blends and describe them to the best of my ability. Not only because it's fun to kind of discover all the qualities in these blends, but is a way to help people um, figure out what they want to smoke or what they would like to try. Or, even maybe they've sat with whatever blend I'm talking about, and maybe I said something in a new way that really, kind of that light bulb, like, oh, yes, that was that flavor or whatever that I couldn't quite put my finger on. Because I know that's happened for me um, from watching some other people. I'm like, oh, totally. Um, but anyways, yeah. So that's what I think I'm gonna start focusing on. Maybe it'll be like a whole little side series, YouTube things where if I can figure out how to break them up and categorize them, I'll do that. But so anyways, I noticed that a lot of you serious and old school pipers keep journals, which is really not that far fetched of a thing to do whatsoever. But for whatever reason, until I saw it, I'd never even considered such a thing. And Of course, tobaccos that make a strong impression on you are very hard to forget, but after years of trying so many of them, it gets the memories become obscured if you don't keep up with them. So, I mean, like for example, Fusilier's Ration, I remember being a fantastic tobacco, and I've got some of the Special Reserve now, which I've never tried. But to be quite honest with you, I haven't had the original in at least 2 years, maybe three. So, although it made a strong impression, I remember it, and I smoked a lot of it. I don't think I could do a sincere and honest side by side comparison. Um, but if I had a journal, I could. So, we went to a bookstore yesterday. I took my family out, and I found this really cool um, journal. It's cool, like old world maps and stuff. I really dig maps. Um, $5 on clearance. So I said, why not? I had a cool leather bound spine, and it's just simple. Just basic lined. It's got one of these guys. So I decided that I was going to do that, and I am going to start a smoking journal. And I'm going to embark on a quest to uncover what I think is the perfect early morning pipe. Or at least I'm going to try to. And this will take some time. It'll be an ongoing thing, for certain. Um, and I can say that with the Chelsea Morning, a lot of hype around that. A lot of people really, really like that blend. And understandably so, it is a very good blend. I will say, when I tried it, at first it definitely had some rough edges. It was pretty harsh. Perique isn't something I normally gravitate towards for my first smoke of the day. Perique is usually something, honestly, something I usually reserve for towards the evening time. But it mellowed out. It had some really, really interesting um, flavor profile change ups, like halfway into the bowl and towards the bottom. They were really, really nice. If you haven't tried Chelsea Morning, I would definitely recommend it. I can say that right off the bat, it wasn't exactly what I was after. It's a very fine tobacco. Really enjoyed the blend, but I have smoked it um, every morning since I opened it to try to spend some time with it, and maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm a nicotine lightweight or whatever, but it's a little harsh for me for first thing in the morning. Um, I will say that I opened the tin, and they've got that nice little plastic snap-on lid, which will keep it from going stale too quickly, but it's not exactly an airtight seal once you pop that tin. So what I did for 3 days, I just left it in that on my desk, and every morning before I packed a bowl, I would shake that tin really good to try to mix some of that tobacco around, and then I smoked several bowls of it. I did that before committing it to a jar, and I committed it to a jar that was larger than what I needed for the volume of tobacco so that it could really get some air in there. And I let it sit for probably like a good hour or so before I put the lid on it. So I've got a couple of fresh tins and I've got that jar. So I'll let that sit for a while and revisit it. I can say um, at this point, give me just a second here. My flint's about worn out. I can say at this point, my discovery has been, at least my personal opinion, that the Chelsea Morning. Now I smoked it out of several pipes. I smoked it. Um, let's see. I smoked it out of my Nording, which I smoked it out of this pipe, which is a pretty decent sized bowl. I don't know the exact dimensions, but it's pretty big. I smoked out of that pipe. Um, let's see. I smoked it out of the Savinelli Tundra XL, which this is a 606 EX, and this bowl is huge. And I will say that um, I found it the most enjoyable out of this. It was a little much with the nicotine hit to finish an entire bowl out of this pipe, but the flavors and stuff were much more enjoyable. It was a much more enjoyable, much more flavorful smoking experience. And it was, I was able to pack it a little bit more loosely and more. And then, of course, the huge chamber helped it to cool a little bit. I have not tried it yet out of a church warden, but so I found that Chelsea Morning is maybe best out of a larger pipe. Oh, I also smoked some out of this little K Woody, which is a very tiny pipe. After I smoked some of that yesterday, mid morning, and that was after, or that was right before I committed it to a jar. And I will say that after a few days of um, letting it rest and really getting some air on it and stuff, it mellowed quite quickly. And I even found it out of this very small bowl yesterday to be quite enjoyable. Still very nice smoking, and some of that flavor, some of the fruity flavors and the stuff, um, really had enhanced even over those like that week. Um, and the bite of the perique and some of that harshness had really mellowed. So I don't know. Experiment with it. If you've had Chelsea Morning, let me know what you think. Let me know if you found anything like that. If you haven't had Chelsea Morning, experiment with it. Obviously, try it fresh, and then yeah, maybe do some, let it air out and some stuff like that. And let me know what you think. Well, anyways, um, back to the pipe journal. So my first entry is going to be the uh, the first um, English blend that I ever tried. So I'm starting at the beginning and I'm going to circle back around. Um, and that is Dunhill's Mixture 965, which is now carried under the house name of Peterson. Most of you probably know that by now. Um, I'm pretty sure I did a video specifically about the 965, I think. Which, if I did, you can watch that if you're interested. If I didn't, then no, I'm losing it. But anyways, yeah, the first time I tried it was still when it was Dunhill. The first two Englishes that I ever tried were the Mixture 965 and the Early Morning Pipe. I'm currently out of Early Morning Pipe, or I probably would have started with that, but um, those were the first two that I ever had, and I actually bought them together, so I don't really remember. I probably actually smoked the Early Morning Pipe first, especially because I liked the artwork on it with the rooster. But yeah, the Mixture 965 is just it's a mild English. Um, some people consider it a medium. I find it very, very mild. It's an excellent first pipe of the day. It's an excellent all day smoke, and it's pretty classic. um, English. It's got Virginias and Orientals and some Latakia and a little bit of brown Cavendish. So the brown Cavendish adds a little bit of sweetness and a little bit more texture to the smoke quality. Um, really, really nice, mellow tobacco. It's a really nice, mellow way to start your day. Um, it's one of those blends that it isn't overly complicated. It's not very complex. It just is what it is. It's a nice, mellow, roasty, toasty, smoky bowl of English. And yeah, I'm smoking it out of the little K Woody. They call it the small apple half bent. It's totally a very cool and elegant Prince of Wales shape. Um, but yeah, so that's gonna be my first entry, and I'll probably sit with this blend for the next couple days, and then I'll probably move on. I need to order some more early morning pipe, and I'll probably move through all of my mild English blends, which was a decent amount. Um, so, anyways, there you have it. And other than that, I will tell you all that there may be a brief lull in some of my video making because tomorrow I am flying up to Maine, and I will be up in Maine working on the historic Bates College in Lewiston, Maine, doing some architectural stuff up there. And if I can, I will try to get some footage and some pictures and share that with you guys because it's a pretty cool project that I'm flying up there for. Um, and I'm actually really excited about it. I'll probably be up there. Well, I'll be going back and forth up there for starting tomorrow, probably until September or October. But we'll see how my schedule is. I don't think there's going to be any smoking allowed in the um, housing that I have arranged. Smoking outside for sure, but um, yeah. Anyways, I'm kind of just rambling. Whatever. I don't know what the weather is up there besides cold and snowy. Um, so we'll see. But if you don't see any videos from me for a week or two, that's why. And I'll try to, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling, thinking out loud. I'm still sort of waking up. I really slept in late today. I'm also really enjoying this. Excuse me. I'm really enjoying this tobacco, this 965 mixture. Well, really, I suppose that's all. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Um, Probably a little bit less reviews on new things. Going to be some reviews that are really me revisiting some tobaccos, and some of those will be ones that I've already dedicated a video entirely to. Some will be ones that I haven't tried yet, and I'll go through that. I'm going to start on the pipe journal and shipping up to Maine tomorrow. So I will catch you guys when I catch you guys next. Cheers.